is just a lot of food for thought. It's shot with beautiful scenes in normally natural light with an ocean as background and sand and just a lot of beautiful beach, rocks or pebbles. And it's they are shot in Turkey, and they use very artistic close-ups and some drone shots and a bit of slow motion to give us a poetic statement of blurred lines. It is a very powerful message. Get us pondering about our own blurred lines, and you will get what it means, or at least you will have your own interpretation of what that means. And they just give us a striking closing phrase as well. It is beautiful. I totally enjoyed it. It was just a great food for thought.
I thought this was kind of fascinating. When it like first started and you have all of these images of this like very, very picturesque kind of paradise, and then slowly bringing in more elements and having this woman, and then bringing in the words, and then bringing in another like almost version of her. That's how I viewed it anyway. And how they were kind of interacting or reacting to each other, and just kept adding like different elements and working them together and I thought it was really, really interesting to watch. It was really, really captivating, and it was really, really fascinating.
Cinematography and like the visual language and the editing choices of Blur the Line. Like I really liked how the shots and the editing were cut and shot to match what the narrator was saying. Like for example, like the line, the line between the ocean and the sand, and like the wave line, like that, and it's because it's a great metaphor because it's like the blurry line. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that is great cinematography because it matches what he's saying. Also, the other example is whenever it's like something he's saying something about distortion, and then the shot like distorts to where it's like you can see her clearly, and it just like distorts. And I think like things like that. Those are my favorite parts of Blue because I just think that was really creative and really well done. So good job.
It's a really interesting piece. I think the title does so much for it, blurring the line of what's reality. This woman is imagining life, imagining death, and the scenery is changing right before her eyes. Blurring the line of time. The woman on screen is, stopping. Things are freezing. Things are moving backward. Things are moving forward. And blurring the line of what is right and what is wrong with the narration going on overhead. The short piece it really utilized the title overall of blurring the line and extending that in every facet of the visual medium. Like it was really, excuse me, it was really interesting to watch. Just realizing the full extent of that phrase and seeing how it can be manipulated to mean so many different things. It was a really, really interesting piece to watch, and it was really thought-provoking in that manner as well. Very, very well done.
It's funny because I am that guy that always likes to point out the part in a movie when someone says the title of it, but this film does it constantly. Like it practically beats you over the head with the title. Like it never wants you to forget that this is called Blur the Line. Like it opens with the definition of the phrase, then we hear the voiceover say, "You blurred the line," repeatedly. And then the visuals that we get evoke that phrase. The woman on the beach, for example, blurs the line between reality when she imagines life and death. And she blurs the line between time when we see things speeding up and slowing down all at once. So it's a very literal film because we see and hear the title, Blur the Line, all throughout. And it already tells us what it means too. So, but then it's also very imaginative in that it invites the viewer to come up with our own interpretation of events, like how much of what we saw was real or not. There's another example of blurring the line.
This was a fascinating film. I was completely captivated. I couldn't wait to find out what was going to happen. And then that shocking ending, I was like, wait, what? Was she even there? Like, I still can't figure it out, which is, I think, the point of the film. I loved the music. I loved the Foley very much. You guys got it right. The volume was right. Sometimes I hear Foley and it's overpowering. This was not. This was really good. The waves, the crashing waves, perfect. The crickets, perfect. I loved the voiceover, that deep voice, and he was able to really wrap his voice around the words, and his storytelling was so clear. So he did a great job. I thought the female actress was wonderful. I thought that male actor, for showing up for like a second, was wonderful. And the music was great. I also really enjoyed how it was shot. And the location was gorgeous, really beautiful with the beach and the overhead shots of the waves crashing, and I just loved it. It was great. It was so intriguing and interesting. Really well done. Congratulations.